boys and girls, and welcome to this week's virtual assembly. We're going to start off with our Seesaw Superstars, followed by our choice of the week. There is some more Christmas themed French with Miss Healy, followed by an update on Advent week 3 with Mr. McHugh. Mr. McSween is going to share some of the work the boys and girls have been doing, and then finishing off with some videos of the drumming performances that we saw last week, which were just amazing. So sit back, relax and enjoy. So this week on Seesaw we've had 428 posts added with 228 comments, 388 likes of student work and 126 visits by family members. So let's have a look at all of our Seesaw Superstars for this week. So we're now moving on to our choice of the week. It could be a joke or a random fact. It might be a known this day in or a news story from around the world. It could be a quote of the week or a sports fact or a movie or music clip or a guess who. So this week it's a news story from around the world, and the next little video clip is all about dyslexia. If someone has dyslexia, they may have difficulties with their reading, their writing or their spelling. But there's lots to learn about dyslexia, and in this next little video clip you'll find out what it's all about.
Your brain is amazing, and nobody else has one quite like it. Although everybody's brain looks the same, they all work differently from each other. Just as we all have different colour skin, hair and eyes, we all have a brain that's individual to us. Like a fingerprint, we have different personalities, tastes, strengths, and weaknesses. Our brains can even see and understand the world in different ways. One of those ways is called dyslexia, which affects how the brain handles information it sees and hears. Dyslexic people may find it difficult to match letters to sounds and to remember how to spell words. They may even see letters moving around when they're reading. They might have trouble telling left from right. Remembering lots of instructions can be especially hard. They may need more thinking time to remember the right word.
Chicken! No, wait. Duck!
As well as memorizing sequences. It may be difficult for them to hold a pencil and to write by hand. Even organizing themselves can be difficult. But everyone with dyslexia is different. It can affect how people feel about themselves. When they struggle with a task that other people find easy, they may feel frustrated, angry, or sad. Some dyslexic people try to hide their difficulties because they are worried about what others will think of them. However, thinking differently can be a really good thing. A person with dyslexia may be very good at seeing patterns and solving problems, imagining and rotating objects in their heads, telling stories and making people laugh, taking things apart, understanding how they work, and figuring out how to put them together again. Inventing, drawing, painting, and making things. Seeing the bigger picture. Dyslexic people can do a lot of things. They just might do them in a different way to how others would, and many of them have even become famous for it. There have been many famous dyslexic inventors, writers, scientists, business people, astronomers, paleontologists, actors, cooks, singers, artists, architects, and so on. Dyslexic people have changed the world. See dyslexia differently.
So we're now moving on to our French with Miss Healy, and this week we are going to learn all about St. Nicholas, whose feast day was on the 6th of December.
Bonjour tout le monde. Le 6 décembre, c'était la fête de Saint-Nicolas. Célébrée en France et dans d'autres pays d'Europe du Nord, Saint-Nicolas était reconnu pour sa générosité et sa gentillesse. Et il est le patron des écoliers. Aujourd'hui, je vous donne une petite chanson. J'espère qu'elle vous plaira. Au revoir, à bientôt.
If you want to learn more about St. Nicholas, you will see that this is going to be posted on Seesaw and you can find out some more information about him. If you scroll down to the bottom, you can also watch and listen to some songs about St. Nicholas as well. And finally, to test your knowledge, Miss Healy has also found a wonderful crossword puzzle where you can look at the questions. You can even use what you have read or what you have watched and listened to answer some of the questions as well. So for the last few weeks, Mr. McHugh has been sharing some information with you about Advent, and this week we're going to find out all about week 3 of Advent.
Good afternoon, boys and girls. This week we celebrate the third Sunday of Advent. We learn what John the Baptist told us we must do to prepare for Christmas. We think about what we are going to do to get ready for Jesus. Did you know that the name John means gift of God? John the Baptist, a gift to the people of his time. He was the herald telling them to wake up and get ready. He is a gift to us too, since his message is just as important today as it was in Jesus' time. He is telling us to turn away from our old selfish ways and to wake up and get ready for Jesus this Christmas. The crowds asked John the Baptist, "What should we do?" He said to them in reply, "Whoever has 2 cloaks should share this with the person who has none, and whoever has food should do likewise." In this reading today, John the Baptist was telling people that we should think about the people who have less than we have. He said we should not be greedy and that we should share our belongings. So what must we do? Will you decide to help to clear or wash up the dishes? Could you tidy your clothes and toys? What about sending someone a smile in class or in the playground? Or in our community, you could visit an older relative and tell them about how you're getting ready for Jesus. Ask them if they would like to go to church with you on Christmas Day. John the Baptist also told us that we should share our things with those who are in need. The people and children who are poor cannot shout at us to ask for help. they rely on us to get help for them. They do not have phones or email. Some of them do not even have pencils so as to write to us to ask for help. Indeed, some of them do not have schools to go to, and many cannot read or write. What do you think you could do to help children who are poor? Perhaps you could talk to your teacher and ask if you could have time to talk about a plan to help. John the Baptist also asked us to share our time with God. Take time to pray, to ask God to help you to know what you must do to get ready for His Son, Jesus, this Christmas. Say a little extra prayer each night for peace in the world. Maybe you could say the Hail Mary to Our Lady, who is sometimes called the Queen of Peace, to ask for help. We lit the first candle as a sign of waiting. We lit the second candle to show we are getting ready for Jesus' new life in us. This week we light the third candle, which is pink. It is lit as a sign of our joy in getting ready for Jesus' birthday.
So now Mr. McSween is going to share some of the wonderful things that he has been doing with some of the boys and girls he's been working with for this week's assembly.
Last week we celebrated a special day in Scotland, St Andrew's Day.
St Andrew is as diverse as Scotland itself, with the many countries he is revered in.
St Andrew is the patron saint of Scotland.
Feast day is 30th of November. He is also the patron saint at other places too.
Romania,
Russia,
Ukraine,
Greece,
Cyprus, Barbados,
Amalfi, and loads of places in Spain.
That's a lot of countries. He's also the patron saint of fishermen,
Singers,
mining, pregnant women,
butchers,
farm workers, illness.
He was born in AD 5 to 10 and he died in AD 6 to 70.
Andrew and his brother Simon were known as Jesus' first apostles. Andrew was known for the first cold.
Jesus said, "Throw down your nets, come with me, and we'll spread the word of God."
They were now fishers of men.
The Scottish town of St Andrews got its name because it believed that the relics of Andrew were brought there.
St Andrew was crucified by the Roman army for spreading Jesus' word. He told the Roman soldiers that he was not worthy enough to be crucified like Jesus. He was crucified on its cross.
This is where Scotland gets its saltire flag.
We used butter, flour and sugar.
also we added milk.
We mixed it all in a bowl. We also made a chocolate version.
We had to knead the mixture in a bowl.
Then we have some lovely shortbread.
Yummy!
O flower of Scotland,
Now, over the last few weeks, primary 4 to 7 have been working very hard at their samba drumming sessions, and last Friday we all gathered in the hall to listen and to watch their incredible performances. They did such a good job. Not only did they do a good job, but all of our audience members did an even more amazing job, because for some of them it was their very first time in the hall together with all of our boys and girls, and they did so well. So well done to all of our boys and girls of whom it was their first time in the hall. They got to take part in listening to music and watching the primary 4s to 7s do their wonderful performances, and they also got to join in. So we've now got some videos that we wanted to share with you all from last week's incredible performances.